the more successful I got and he got, and we believed in each other, the more of a jerk he became. He used his good credit to purchase property that he chose to wine and dine his extramarital affairs. This girl wasn't the only one. She just happens to be the one who kept his baby.
Kevin Hunter would not stop hounding his ex-wife for more money and is milking her dry to the smallest cent. But finally, Wendy Williams had had enough of this nonsense and exposed him for threatening her for even more money for him and his mistress. If this isn't gold digging, then what is? It's as if what Wendy Williams gave him was not enough. Kevin Hunter appears to be taking legal actions because he wants more money from Wendy. The TV host, who is obviously not well physically, has been giving her ex-husband money out of the good of her heart. Because of this, Kevin had been unemployed since their divorce and is living off alimony payments from check to check. The TV show host has been vocal about her disappointment on Kevin, and we're here for it.
You've moved on. He's moved on. Have you forgiven the situation now?
Yeah. I don't regret meeting him. I don't regret falling in love with him. I don't regret expressing my love on radio and TV about him, even though I knew that he was a cheat and I knew I was going to divorce him and I knew the bitch and I knew the situation.
We're proud that she had the guts to end it with him because they were just dragging the marriage for long and it was obviously hurting her. Her having no regrets on marrying Kevin just proves how good of a person she truly is. Wendy and Kevin's marriage was far from perfect. We mean really, really far. The two were married for almost 2 decades, yet so many unusual things happened during those years. Wendy was always the star and Kevin was her right-hand man. He was her manager and he was also a producer of the Wendy Williams show. Then, he became unfaithful to so many women while she was crucifying herself and protecting him. She first found out about the cheating when she gave birth to their son, and that was back in the year 2000. They weren't lucky during the first and second pregnancy, and that's probably the reason why Kevin Hunter became unfaithful. Her third pregnancy with Hunter would prove to be a success by Williams remaining on bed rest throughout the entire duration. Their son, Kevin Jr., was born in 2000. According to her, she would wake up at 2 in the morning to go to the bathroom since she just delivered their son 2 months before. Big Kev wasn't in the bed, and then when she walked into little Kev's nursery, she could hear her husband talking greasy on the phone up in one of the guest rooms. Wendy said she forgave him for the sake of their family and because she truly loved him. Wendy's family, on the other hand, has been begging her to leave Kevin, but she couldn't because she claimed that she loved him. She could have bagged any man that she wanted, but she stayed with him because of the family they started together. Despite Wendy forgiving Kevin, his cheating ways did not stop. One of the women he was with lasted for years as well. The worst part is, Wendy knew about this but didn't do anything about it because, again, she says that they were in love. She branded Kevin as a serial cheater. Apparently, she knew he had affairs almost since the beginning of their relationship, including before they were married. But she said she doesn't regret putting up with him for all 25 years. They were in love, she's right, but it's also obvious that he's using her for her money. Kevin would buy his favorite mistress Sharina Hudson expensive cars, designer bags, and at one point even bought her a house 9 miles away from his and Wendy's family home. Wendy knew that her former husband used the money to wine and dine his other partners. It seems like he's a total gold digger for that. Rumors have it that he even told Sharina that he was staying with Wendy and couldn't leave her because she was paying all the bills. The real question is, will Sharina stay with Kevin now that he's broke, unemployed, and no Wendy to rely on? We're guessing so because why would Kevin Hunter fight so hard for alimony and even embarrassingly child support for his 22-year-old son if not for that? The story goes back to when Wendy found out that there was something more going on, not just a relationship. She discovered Kevin's long-term mistress was pregnant with his child after hiring a private investigator. That's a typical thing celebrities do, hiring a private investigator. In this case, it was in Wendy's favor. Since she already knew that her husband was unfaithful, her only rule was he couldn't get anyone pregnant because she didn't want to take care of another person's loved child with him. When Sharina got pregnant, divorce papers were served instantly on Kevin Hunter's doorsteps. Wendy Williams and Kevin Hunter's divorce became finalized in January 2020. In a press conference, Williams says she has no regrets about the tumultuous events of her life, including those involving her ex-husband and former manager.
Have you changed out the credit cards and the bank accounts and everything to change your last name?
No, my name is Wendy Hunter.
Okay.
That's my son's name. And you can't take away... Don't make me...
She's too kind for this because what happened next was heartbreaking. Kevin Hunter wants to be paid for alimony, and child support literally cannot be because their child isn't even a minor anymore. Of course, Wendy complied. She didn't mind paying alimony because Kevin helped build her career as her manager, plus they were married. That was not an issue for her at all. Alimony was supposed to happen there even though her fans and family were against it. They were together for decades and she still had love for him. For years, this did him good because he had no job at all. Divorcing Wendy means getting fired from the Wendy Williams show too. The day he got served with the divorce papers, Wendy also fired him as her manager, which he totally deserved. Kevin Hunter then issued a public apology to Wendy to look good to the public, while neither confirming nor denying that he is the father of the child. "I am not proud of my recent actions and take full accountability and apologize to my wife, my family, and her amazing fans," Kevin said in a statement. "I am going through a time of self-reflection and am trying to right some wrongs." Who was he kidding when he said that? Because of how he played her, Wendy Williams started to spiral, making her sick and eventually leaving the Wendy Williams show. She became dependent on alcohol and went in and out of rehab a couple of times. It turns out that Wendy had a little something up her sleeves. She did ruin their new house and also fired him from his job. But the best part of it all was the fact that she wasn't required to pay alimony if ever she lost her job and her show. She would get money as long as she still had the Wendy Williams show or some other projects that were lined up and had the same salary. Because she left the show, it got canceled after a few months and then she stopped paying alimony. Actually, she did pay it from her pocket for a few months, which is really generous of her. But now she's not legally bound to do so and her ex-husband is furious. The alimony would help Sharina open new businesses that never lasted long and helped Kevin sustain his family even when he's unemployed. Now that everything's over, they're talking badly about Wendy and her guardians who are helping her financial situation while she's sick. This just proves how much of a monster Kevin is. He didn't even think twice or think about his ex and her well-being. The nerve of this guy, he doesn't even realize that they contributed to Wendy spiraling down and relying on alcohol. Fans quickly jumped on Wendy's defense, saying things like, "The irony of it all is that it was Kevin's infidelity that led to his love child, that led to Wendy's mental breakdown. That led to her absence and making money that he relied on to set him and his mistress up. Karma is undefeated, and if Kevin didn't know how to be a part of Wendy's lifestyle, then he needed to be booted out. If he made Wendy, then go create that success for Sharina. Her fans are right too. Kevin's so proud and claiming that he made Wendy big. So why can't he do that to Sharina too?" Today, Wendy Williams is living her life still as a billionaire and is dating guys here and there. In fact, she was just seen heading to dinner at Nobu in New York City one night with Mark Tulin. Kevin Hunter, on the other hand, is threatening to take legal action if she doesn't continue to pay him more alimony because he's publicly claiming that he's broke. He also openly shared that he has fallen behind on his bills, especially payments to the Homeowners Association of the expensive house he lives in with Sharina, which can lead to foreclosure. He has also claimed that he needs hip surgery which he can't afford without insurance and as a result of non-treatment. He lives with daily pain.
So I'm not gonna take a lot of time because, I'm getting emotional. And I told myself I wasn't gonna do this.
Kevin couldn't sustain his luxurious life without his successful wife. Karma's really gonna hit him. We bet Wendy has some hot tea to serve us once she returns as a TV show host. We truly can't wait for that day. Remember that some of this information is all based on theories and opinions that shouldn't be considered facts. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching.